Well, good day. What I want to do is go ahead and review the 6B homework. So if we were to go to modules and look at the 6B homework. So we're going to scroll down to the chapter 6 module under apply what you learned, right? You're going to see the link to the Smart Book assignment, the 6A homework, the 6B homework, the 6A practice homework, and the 6B practice homework. When the recordings are done, they'll be linked here for the homework review. So we're going to go out to the 6B practice homework. And what we're going to see is that we have two problems that we want to work with here. So if we look at those two problems, they're what we call break-even analysis. And break-even analysis just tells us how many units do we have to sell in order to break even on a particular product. Okay, and so what I want to do is go ahead and start with just kind of this, let's update this with what information we have. So in this problem, it tells us that a book publisher's fixed cost of $300,000, variable cost per book of $8, and the book sells for $23 per copy. Okay, so I'm just going to transfer that information into my spreadsheet. So I have fixed costs of $300,000. I have variable costs of $8 per book, and I have a sales price of $23. In break-even point analysis, we're trying to find that point where total revenue is equal to total cost. Okay, so I'm just going to do kind of a quick review here. So we're looking for total revenue is equal to total costs. And in order to do that, we need to know that total revenue is going to be our sales price times the quantity sold, and total cost is going to be our fixed cost plus our variable cost times the quantity sold. Okay, so when I set those two equal to each other, right, we're basically saying that, so setting TR equal to TC, right, what we're getting is the sales price times the quantity sold is equal to fixed costs plus variable costs times the quantity sold. So if our algebra, if we remember, we want to get the variable on the same side. So we're going to go sales price times X minus variable cost times X equal to fixed costs. And then I'm going to factor out the X. So I'm going to get say X times sales price minus variable cost, right, is equal to fixed costs. And then I'm going to solve for X by taking the fixed cost and dividing it by the sales price minus the variable cost. Now you obviously don't have to do that every time, but in order then to solve for our break-even point, we're going to use this formula, and we're going to say, I'm going to just reduce this down a little bit so we can see everything. We're going to say that our quantity, our break-even quantity is equal to the fixed costs, right, divided by, open parentheses, the sales price minus the variable costs, close parentheses, enter. And so that tells us that that's 20,000 units is our break-even point. So when I come back over to our practice homework, I can see that 20,000 is correct. Then it says if fixed costs increase, would the new break-even point be higher or lower? Well, that should be common sense. That's going to be higher, right? If the variable cost decreases, again, common sense would tell us that we are not going to need as many units sold to cover that. So again, that's the first problem. Now, because we've done this in Excel, that makes the second problem super easy to do. And so it says a manufacturing process has a fixed cost of $150,000 per month. Each unit of product being produced contains $25 worth of material and takes $45 of labor. The only thing about this problem is those are both variable costs. So we have to add those together to get our variable cost per unit. And we're looking for a sales price of $90,000. So that being said, I'm going to show you how we can kind of quickly, now that we've done that in Excel, I can say, okay, I want to copy this sheet to this sheet. And I wouldn't necessarily need all of the explanation in there, but we're going to say we have fixed costs of $150,000. variable costs are going to be equal to the labor of $45 plus the material cost of $25. So we're going to go in the variable cost, we're going to say equals 45 plus 25. And our sales unit price, or our sales price per unit is $90. And so when I finish that up, that tells me that my break-even point is $7,500, right? So again, just kind of once we get Excel set up, we can just enter that information and it's going to tell us what our break-even point is. The key is to think about, am I just being given one total variable cost, or am I being given several components of variable cost? But that does the second round of our Chapter 6 homework. It's labeled 6A because it's from the appendix. But again, I think that should give you the information you need to finish that homework.